So today's impromptu project was to finish up this cucumber trellis. I have been planting tomatoes on here for a couple of years, so this year I'm going to switch it out. And so what we did was take it and put some 10-foot pieces of cattle panel. I just cut them all 10 foot and put them across the top, and we put these conduit pipes to hold it up, and we just zip tied it to it all the way down, and there's 5 across the top. And then we put these cattle panels part of the way up these poles so the cucumbers can climb up here, and then if they want to go on over and make an entire canopy, they can. Let's look at it from this side. There's a little bit of an overhang on this side, which is fine, but that way this, when you go under, you can actually reach up here and just pick from here if you want. So it'll come up and probably climb across here, and this just makes a big cage that it can go across. And the best idea I could come up with things I had was these conduits, which are pretty good. We just zip tied the cattle panels to these and then clipped it off. So it's a little makeshift thing, but you know what? I think it's going to work out just great. Just great. We will see in a couple months how it does when we get everything planted on it. I still have one more piece of panel to get to put up right here because it is still missing one here. And I really want to cap block all of these off eventually. I mean, I would have thought, you know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when I built this 4 years ago, that I would have it capped by now, but no, that's a lot of cap blocks. This is an 18-foot bed, 18 by 3 on these. So these are actually 10-foot poles going across the top. And so, are they 10 foot? Yes, they're 10-foot poles going across the top. And none of this is concreted in. I just put them in because I didn't know if I wanted to permanently leave it here or not. And so this is what we're going to work with this year for cucumbers. And it is awfully sunny on this side, so I may have to put a shade cloth up here across the top, but I left it where I could do that as well if I needed to, because it will lay right across those cattle panels and not droop down if I decide I don't want to let them climb over. So we'll go play it by ear this year. And we also put up these trellises here, and these are 16-foot cattle panels going across these back beds where I will be growing tomatoes this year. And that makes these probably at least 6 foot up to here. 6 foot tall, a little over 6 feet tall to the top. From standing on that block. They're probably 7 foot, but I can't reach any higher than that, so there's no reason to actually make them any higher. I have to climb up to get to those over there when I plant on that big bed over there. And then we did 2 of these. So there's another one over here on this side of the garden that we did as well. So there's this whole 16-foot bed, and there's this whole 16-foot bed for the tomatoes this year. And then I just put these panels up, which is the leftover piece. It's a 4-foot leftover piece from cutting off the end of those, the ones that I put on the cucumber trellis. So I used the 4 pieces of that to put right here in the middle to grow some stuff on as well. I will probably add some more poles in here, but for now 1 will hold up just for now to see how it's going to do. I'll probably put a couple more T-posts in, like these right here. This is an archway that I did with a cattle panel, so you can kind of see this is the arch, so you can grow things under it and over it. And I wanted to do that here, but I already had these pieces, so this year I'm just going to utilize what I have. And since I already had these pieces left over from cutting that today, I was like, I will just use these 4-foot sections as well. And then the rest of this just looks really terrible right now because it's just that time of year. My, these 2 vines, one on each side, I have one there and one over there. These are those hardy kiwis, and I've had them planted for 2 years, 2 seasons. This will be the 3rd season. So we'll see if they do anything this year. I think it takes several years for them to actually produce anything, even once they're planted. So hopefully they will give us something this year. I don't know. But just so y'all can see, this is why I'm not making a lot of videos, is because this is so boring. Like, it looks so dead and boring. And I didn't bore y'all with the fact that I did all the vineyard trimming. So I took all the grapevines, which are muscadines and scuppernines here in Central Alabama, and I did all of my vines. I'm giving y'all a little walkthrough, impromptu. So this is after I pruned everything. And these put out so many last year off these little bitty vines. So I cut them back. I've never done this before, but hopefully this is the right way, or it's somewhat right way to do it. But I cleaned them up. There are, let's see, there's 20 muscadine and scuppernine vines out here. And y'all, that is a lot. I mean, a lot of berries. Way more than I had anticipated. But that is not a problem. That is not a problem at all. Here's the trims that I did off of this one. And you can hear the eggs being laid over there from, here's all the chicks. It's like 90% of my videos. For some reason, I forgot to actually end the video. I just stopped filming. It got really loud and there was a big truck coming up the driveway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to cut it off because this is ridiculous. So anyways, I hope y'all like that little walkthrough. It's going to be so much more exciting when we get some green stuff around here. But since everything's brown, it's kind of boring. So I hope that you have a great day, no matter what time of day it is. Go make something